Naser Bakare here and welcome to my video. As I have mentioned in my last video briefly, I finished my GCSEs and I have to wait till August the 22nd to get my results. Until then, I'm going to try my best to try and predict what I will get in August. And I'm just going to tell you how I felt towards the subjects. Let's start off with the core subjects. So let's begin with science. I do combined science, so I only get 2 grades for doing 3 subjects: chemistry, physics and biology. I don't get how it works, but that's how it is. It's my biggest mistake really, choosing combined science, because I actually should have chose triple, but I didn't, because in year 9, yeah, the end of year 9, that's when we chose our subjects. I was not good at any science. I wasn't good at many subjects, to be honest, but since then I've improved and now I'm in mistakes. Let's start off with chemistry. So the chemistry exam, the thing with combined science is there's not a lot to learn. Like, if you understand it, then you're living life, but if you don't, then you're not living life. So I didn't not know anything during the exam, but it doesn't mean it was completely easy. There was questions which were like 4 marks, and I may have got 2 marks because I didn't know like other stuff, but that's bound to happen in exams. But it was accessible, at least for me. Or physics, during the exam I was literally like, and you could go on Twitter and type up like physics GCSE hashtag it, and everyone's complaining that it was too much maths. And it's true, there was way too much maths in that exam, and I was literally just in the exam, because you're gonna see how I am for maths later on when I explain that. It's probably next, no, 72, whatever. The questions were more maths based than physics based, and I was kind of like, I didn't struggle because it's combined science. No offense to anyone who does combined science, I'm in the same boat as you, but it's just annoying, to be honest. It's just annoying. And AQA did a study on that. Let's move on to the next one, which is biology. I dreaded this one the most in the lead up to the GCSEs, because I don't know, it was the human body and stuff like that. It's just like, it wasn't for me. But during the exams and the 2 papers that we got, it was actually one of the easiest. The second easiest, I would say. The first is chemistry, then biology, and then physics. It's fair enough. But overall, it was a cool test. 2 tests, I mean. And overall, I think I'm predicting myself a grade 7 or 8 during the exam, but I may come out with something that may surprise me, but who knows. Let's move on to literature paper 2, and this one I had to do unexpected cause and poetry, which was power and conflict. Yeah, power and conflict. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's that one. So with an inspector calls, weirdly enough, before the exam, literally where I am now in my bedroom, before the exam, I like literally 6 AM, I did an exam, a question on an inspector calls, and it was literally like, how does Sheila change during the play? And I completed that. I actually put on, I made it as a comment and commented on Mr. Sally's YouTube channel. Is just some guy who helped me a lot in my English GCSE. So if you could find that, just kind of late, you see my whole answer. And yeah, and that question actually came up during the exam. It was like, how does the character of Sheila change throughout the play? And I was literally like, thank God, because I had that. So I literally just copy and pasted all like everything I did at 6 AM onto the exam, and because it was so fresh in my mind, I literally basically copied it word for word. And with the poetry, this is the one that pissed me off the most, because this is what I believe, if I do get a low grade than I usually get, this is the one that brought me down. It's because it was, I had to remember like 15 poems. Well, realistically I remembered like 5 or 6, and they all link to certain like things in the power and conflict pile, like power of humans, power of nature, effects of war, the realities of war, stuff like that. The one poem that didn't want to come up in the exam, because I didn't do as much work as it on it because I didn't like it that much, was war photographer. And guess what came up? Guess what came up? Nope, you're wrong. It's war photographer. It came up, and I was literally, I was so like, if you saw me in the exam, I literally, this is me turning the paper. I turned the paper again. You joking? You kidding me? You kidding me? We actually have to do this. This is literally, I wanted to skip the question, but I couldn't. So, overall, for the English literature bundle, the two exams, overall I think I got a grade 7 / a grade 6. And for English language, I know there's 2 papers, but I don't know how to split it up and describe it because my memory is not as good as it used to be because of old age. You can tell by the beard, I'm an older man deep inside. So I just put it into like one section. So the exams were surprisingly good because English literature is mainly my strong like subject in the English set that we do in school. But English language, in this exam, in the GCSEs, it was good. I actually liked it. It was easy because everyone's in the same position as you. It's just like you can't remember what happens in like the extracts that you get given. It's literally, you just have to remember devices, remember how to apply it, and remember techniques that the writer uses, and you're sorted. And for the creative writing, do the exact same. Be persuasive if you're doing a speech. Have a good tone if you're doing a lively article or a guide. Be informational. Like, use techniques to make the piece of writing even better, and you will be sorted. So overall in that exam, got a grade 6 / a grade 7. But yeah, I actually got less than, I predicted myself less than what I got in the English literature, which is weird because I did say I thought it's better. But being realistic, I did think I got lower because English literature is my better subject. So yeah, grade 6 and 7. So we have maths. There's mixed feelings towards this one because paper 1 was good and paper 3 was great, awesome. It's just paper 2, that's how it is. But I thought I paced myself well during all the exams. Overall in the GCSE period, I thought I paced myself well and I answered all the questions as well as I could and as concisely as I could do. And yeah, I'm just gonna finish it off and say what I predicted myself to get, and I think I got a grade 7 / a grade 6 / a grade 6. Yeah, I just want to get A's, to be honest. And now we go on to the less core subjects. Not because history, you can choose history or geography or whatever you want to do. So it isn't exactly a core subject, but it's the next most important subject, I believe anyways, that I did. So history, to be honest, I don't care about it, let's be honest. I did revise about it a decent amount, but you know, it's just like I have no future with the subject. So I asked all the questions as well as I could. As I said, like everything was just done so. My time management during the exams was just so good that I answered all the questions and I still had some time to spare. Don't know if that means I missed out some stuff, but I think I did good. So, but there was a question. It was a source, and it was talking about the Bolsheviks, which are like the Russian communists, I want to say. But I didn't know much about it because it's literally one of the things. It's a full marker, by the way. It's one of those things that your teacher like quickly mentioned, just in case, just to get like just to cover it. It's literally like something you spend like 20 minutes, 25 minutes on. It's not like a full lesson that you get. So they put that as a full marker, and I was like, fuck, I did not know. Actually, I wouldn't say I didn't know anything, but I thought it was cheeky of AQA. No, Edexcel isn't AQA, it's Edexcel actually. My mistake. Luckily, it was a full marker, so it didn't have much impact on my overall marks on the paper and my overall grade. So overall, I predict myself a grade 7 for history. Grade 7/6. I have to put /6, so I'm just like a bit modest. And now it's the I don't want to say throwaway subjects, but it's the like some subjects that you just pick for the sake of it. So I chose media, and I spent the least time revising on the subject because I believe it's just common sense. It was like the questions were like, oh, why do people watch TV programs and stuff like that? And you just think to yourself, why do you watch TV programs? And you just like entertainment, escapism. So it's just like that, and it's just easy in general. Like that's how you get a grade 6. You just do what I just said. But to get the grade 7, 8s and 9s, you just have to remember the theories. Like there's props theory, there's Todorov theory, there's uses and gratification theories, and etc. There's so many stuff that you could just say, and if you say that consistently throughout the whole paper, you get the grades that you want. You get the high grades. So overall in media, I think I got grade 7/ a grade 6. And finally, for the last subject is citizenship, which actually, because most people finish the GCSEs on the 14th of June, citizenship was one of the last exams, and it was on the 17th of June. So we had to carry on revising when everyone was on the summer holiday. So that was annoying. And a CBA to analyze it fully, like a CBA to analyze this one. But long story short, I think I got a grade 7/ a grade 6. And that is it. That's everything in this was my honest assessment of my GCSEs. These predictions are definitely not set in stone, and until the 22nd of August. So who really cares? You could say, oh, I think I got this, I think I got that, but it doesn't change. Like whatever's on the paper is gonna be on the paper. You can't say anything. But that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's kind of different, and it's kind of to like gives you guys an insight into what I've been doing while I wasn't posting on YouTube. So yeah, it's been your boy Naser Bakare, and peace.